Hey there friends and families, welcome back to another video, and for today we'll be visiting yet another Epomaker keyboard since the last one, and that's the EK68 right here. Thanks for Epomaker for sending it over for review. As someone who focuses on custom keyboard content, it is quite rare for me to look at a pre-built board. But in recent years, especially post-COVID, it has really pushed the mechanical keyboard hobby to a new high. And I think that for Epomaker to push out these pre-built custom boards tailored towards those who are new or wants to jump the rabbit hole, these offerings are not too shabby. But enough about the topic, let's see what the EK68 has to offer. So first, you get this box, which is, I guess, properly designed, although a little bit bashed up. So you get this cute little box, then you open it up, then you will see the keyboard right here. And for the model here, you got like some kind of black, grey and purple combo here. And you also get all the essential accessories like your keycap puller or also a switch puller, 2-in-1. Yes, I like this. And you got this straight braided USB cable, very good. And also 3 pieces of extra switch, and whatever this switch is, we'll be talking about it later. And black spacebar accent if you don't like the purple for whatever reason. And you get instruction manual as usual. Now the first thing I noticed is their choice of color, which is black and purple. You don't really see a lot of pre-built boards using this colorway, so a good start for something unique that can stand out. Then the keycaps are really crisp, especially the legends. I'm very surprised about this, and there's little to no like font fuzziness on the mods or the side keys. And these are double sharp PBT keycaps, so you can use it as long as you like and not afraid of it shining so easily. So despite the board being plastic, it weighs quite decent, and the surface finish on the paint is pretty impressive. It can even fool me like at a distance, and I maybe think about it as an alu board. As for the size, this is a 65% keyboard, which means you don't have your F rows, you don't have your 10 keys, your numpads or whatever, and you have to gain access to it using the FN key, like this. But in exchange, you have the knob here to adjust volume. Pretty cool, although it's just a very simple knob. As for what the FN layer triggers, the instruction manual is very clear in what you need to do. I personally key tested everything and they just work as they are described. And pulling off the keycaps, then you'll find the switches, which are the Epomaker Flamingo switches. They are made from PC for both the top and bottom housing alongside the standard palm stem. It's a linear that carries a dual stage spring and actuates at about 47 grams and bottoms out at 60 grams. A very good spot for me personally. The colors, well, it represents a flamingo. You got the light pink, transparent pink, and the kind of purple bottom. Since the entire board is gasket mounted, you have quite the comfortable typing experience alongside the PC plate. Sound-wise, everything is geared for TED Talk since it is a plastic board, and more often than not, I think newcomers would prefer this kind of sound. So let's hit it with a quick sound test, shall we? One point to mention is that the board also comes with full NKRO in all moods, which is something that even expensive boards tend to not get at times, for real. So yeah, pretty good, standing on its own. And it is fully hot swappable with 3 and 5 pin switch support, so yeah, go ahead, plug any kind of switch you want to test and try out the sound. And it also has south-facing LED, so no problem using your cherry profile keycaps. And yeah, this is also cherry profile keycaps by default. And speaking of swapping, the performance of the stabilizer keys out of the box strikes at least a B+ for me since they are factory loop. And at this point, I would just be nitpicking at them if I really have to. Well, perhaps the wires need a little bit of tuning and the loop being coded a little bit more evenly, but this is fully subjective to you as it is already good enough. So maybe you just need to have a bit more dielectric grease on the end. And yep, they use plate mount steps, which is the easiest to remove without heavy disassembly of the entire unit, but it is also easy to fix back to place. So if you are new to tuning stabilizers, you can just take out, tune a bit and put back with a lot of try and error, but it's going to save you a lot of time. And it is very nice of them to design a little cutout for the 2.4 GHz dongle, although it wasn't the easiest to take out, but I'll give it a pass since you just take out, plug into your PC and it just stays there. You don't want to just keep plugging in and out. Okay, so for the driver part, I'm going to just briefly go through and show you how it's going to work. So when you first launch the program, it's going to be in Chinese because it's a Chinese software. And you can just go through here and you can click on the middle, and first you actually will go to the home screen first. Then after clicking the middle part, and first you see on the setting screens the first drop down list, then you'll find the English. So after changing the language to English, then the second tab is the key mapping function. So at this page, you basically what you do is you click on the what keys you want to remap on the top part. You click it, select the one, and you choose the one you're going to be remapped into at the bottom part. So you basically, maybe I just click E here, then once it turns into orange, then we can test it out in notepads. So I type on W, it's going to display E. So it works as I expected. And for the FN layer, you just basically do the same, what kind of keys that you want to remap when you press down the FN button. And for the third part, the macro manager, you can record your macros, what sort of key pressures you want to trigger and what events is going to happen. It's just like a series of macros like typing a phrase or accessing functions. So you can do that on your own, and you can even set the MS in which what time is going to trigger. I don't know, maybe you need this for like some kind of games. And the fourth tab, you got all your RGB patterns. And for the fifth part, this one is actually just customization, that you want to pick a certain key, what kind of colors you want, that true per key RGB if you may. And the sixth tab is also the same. And for the seventh, this one is visualization mode. You can choose according to your music or background cues or whatever. This basically depends on what your system audio is outputting, so it's going to have more RGB shine depending on the amplitude of the current audio. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the driver part. So in general, I think the Epomaker EK68 is well priced to help someone new to discover this hobby by offering some of the most essential elements like hot swap, tri-mode connection, switches that are not branded as Cherry or Razer because people tend to just come from gaming keyboards. And overall, it just have a pretty cool aesthetics. At 76 and 50 cents USD at the point of writing, yep, they are running a sales over at their website for whatever reason. And this is one of the best priced boards you can get right now within the sales period. And you also have 3 different board colors and 3 different keycap profiles as well. Are you a gamer keyboard user your entire life? Perhaps you can give the SA profile a spin and see if you like them. The EK68 also comes in a VIA enabled version, but that board only comes in bare bones. So if you want VIA and you don't care about like keycaps because you want to put your own switches and keycaps and whatever modifications from the get-go, yeah, you can go get that as well. So yeah, this is the review for the Epomaker EK68. So let us know what you think about this board, or even if you want to get one or you already own one, you can let us know your thoughts about it. Yeah, so that's all for this video. Peace.